So if you're only a little bit like me and you have spent thousands on your healing journey with protocols, diets, supplements, courses, coaches, treatments, therapies, then it might be that you're still stuck. And it might be the case that the harder you try, the more you fail. And this is fight or flight. So by trying to heal, you're actually enhancing the very thing that we're trying to resolve. And that's the dysregulated nervous system. So in order to heal, everyone needs to stop trying to heal, because you can't heal out of a resistance towards being sick. Resistance means being stressed. And one of the things that you need to learn in your chronic illness is to relax and to be okay with everything that is. And at that moment, your body will probably become heavier and you probably won't like this, because after years of struggle and stress, we might have become addicted to stress hormones. So you might become very heavy and you don't really know what your body is doing. In the rest and digest mode, your body can actually recover. So what we're doing in the release program is that we're trying to teach you a lot of tools that you can use in order to heal. Plus, we also provide the knowledge behind every symptom that is going on. But the thing is, when you just keep on trying to heal that way, it will never work. And therefore, we recommend everyone, after like the 9th module, to just take a break and take a holiday. And we've monitored hundreds of people who stopped trying to heal and who went on a holiday and who just start to enjoy themselves, which is probably difficult in the beginning when you are very stressed for a long time. But after like a week or two, especially when you're offline, you can really enjoy that and you come into the present moment, you calm down and you're having a good time. And what happens is that people recover up to 80% just by being in that place. And only from this place, when there is no more pressure, no more resistance, that's stress towards your current condition, can you actually heal. And only after that can you implement the tools from the release program, for example, to deal with the other symptoms that might come up. But then, in the beginning especially, the symptoms might amplify because you give them more space. And then after that, your body might become really heavy. And people are afraid of that because they're like, what's going on? But that's actually a very good thing, because only when you enter the rest and digest mode can you enter the wave pattern of recovery, meaning you calm down, you wind down, you get heavy, maybe you sleep a little bit better, maybe your immune system can become active again and you might develop something like a fever, which is really good, I think. And then the next layer can come up. And that always then needs a release. And if you would like to start releasing already, I put some gentle release tools already in the playlist that I'm going to put in the description below. So every time I'm receiving emails with questions from people who are already in another healing program, I advise them to not do the release program, but to continue what they started because they have chosen something. And the thing is that when you keep searching for other treatments or protocols, you're sending your body messages of unsafety. And that means fight or flight. That means nervous system dysregulation. And that also means symptoms. The solution for this healing paradox is to stop making healing your full-time job, but instead to try and have a good time. Even though you might have symptoms, even though you might feel horrible, try to have at least a minute of joy every day. And that joy will increase. So 1 minute can become 2 minutes, can become 3 minutes. And that gives your body messages of safety. That winds your nervous system down. And that means your stress response might reduce with 80% or something. That doesn't mean that you're completely healed after that, but it means that you can start and embark upon the wave pattern of recovery. I know that this might sound like giving up, and maybe it is. Maybe it is giving up upon fight or flight mode in order to heal. And a lot of people confuse that with apathy or something like that. But it's actually really, really empowering. And only from that place of calmness and acceptance and allowing everything that is, can you actually find a solution? I discovered this myself by accident. Every time when I just try to have a good time, especially in summer when I was, for example, lying outside, or later when I felt a little bit better, I went to camp or I went to holidays. And every time my symptoms reduced with more or less 70 or 80%. But when I was at home again, I was again getting stressed because I was confronted with everything that I did not like. Then my symptoms were increasing, and before long I was already finding the next treatment. And one day when I was doing acupuncture, I had this acupuncture treatments, and after that I felt better. So I thought, is acupuncture really helping me? Because I noticed that I was getting into the rest and digest mode after a very long time of being constantly stressed. It was the relaxation that did it. I was there, I felt being taken care of. I was lying on that sort of like that table or something. There was nice music, there were candles, and that started to become a part of my self-care. And every day I managed to get into that place. And sometimes it took an hour and sometimes it took 2 hours. But it was the most important time that I spent on my healing journey. Because it was at that moment, after you go through this stress, when you sit through it and it's very uncomfortable, you might feel bored, or you might feel thousands of urges to touch your mobile phone and do things like that. But after, let's say, 1 hour, you calm down. And you feel so much better immediately. So instead of trying to heal, I was trying to live and have a good time. I was visiting friends, even though I could not work yet, even though I had still lots of limitations. But I thought, I can be tired anywhere. I can be tired on a beach, or I can be tired in my own bed. I'd rather be in nature or somewhere where I like it, maybe with some friends around. And it wasn't the full thing, of course, but it was more or less like 70%, which is quite a lot. So I gave up this old school pacing thing where you need to monitor your energy and monitor your symptoms. Just completely get rid of it. And if I can say anything to you, if you got heart monitors or anything that is monitoring your symptom struggle or stress, get rid of it. Forget about it. And I know this sounds maybe a little bit outside of the comfort zone. And a lot of people advise you to not do that. But I actually advise you to just get rid of it. Have a good time. Forget about it. And what you see is that you probably feel better after a while. And then when the wave pattern kicks in, when the next level of stress comes to the surface, then you can apply the nervous system regulation or emotional regulation tools from a place of peace and knowing that this is just what you need to do, and maybe you'll feel better in 30 or 40 minutes, or maybe not. Who cares? Tomorrow is another day. I always recommend people to work on release tools for, let's say, 30 minutes a day. And if that doesn't work, who cares? There's another day tomorrow. Just try to enjoy yourself, which is 70% of the work. So could you write in the comments which healing modality have been an obsession for you and what are the results? And also, for more controversial healing tips, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.